Action.
Hello class, good afternoon. Arlene Ramirez and myself are presenting Sialography, which is a radiographic examination of the salivary glands. It usually involves an injection of a very small amount of contrast media into the salivary glands, or salivary ducts of a single gland. And then it's followed up by routine X-ray examination. Okay. So recently, because of advancements in technology, as in CT and MRI, they're usually used when salivary stones or lesions are suspected. Because obviously when your ducts are blocked up with stones or there's lesions there, they won't be able to inject contrast media, they can't take a radiograph of it. So it still remains a viable tool when diagnosis is needed for other things like large stones or lesions are suspected. All right, the salivary glands. They secrete saliva into the mouth. Usually contains about 99% water, and that usually is in the amounts of 1,000 to 2,000 milliliters of saliva excreted on a daily basis. There's two types of materials secreted by the salivary glands. One is mucus, which is a mixture of mucin and water, which is used to lubricate food and maintain oral hygiene. And then there's serous fluid, which contains the enzyme amylase, as we probably went over in biology classes previous to this, which helps to begin the digestion process. Three pairs of salivary glands. One is the parotid, and the other one is the submandibular, and then there's sublingual. You can see here, those are the locations. Parotid is the largest of the salivary glands, and it's located just in front of and slightly below the ear. The parotid duct, or it's also known as the Stenson duct, is about 5 to 7 centimeters long, and it opens into the mouth opposite of the second upper molar tube. Submandibular, also called submaxillary glands, located inferior and anterior to the angle of the mandible. It contains a submandibular duct, which is also known as the Wharton's duct, slightly smaller than the parotid. It's only about 5 centimeters long. And it opens up at the side of the base of the frenulum. The third pair of salivary glands is called sublingual. It's the smallest of the three pairs. It's located basically underneath the tongue, under the mucosa of the mouth. And it doesn't have a single duct like the parotid or the submandibular. Instead, there are 12 smaller ducts, basically go from the gland straight up, and that's where we get kind of like the heavy fluid buildup that goes underneath our mouth when we're feeding our food or smell something cooking in the kitchen. Here's a couple of examples, radiographs. Here is sialogram of a parotid gland. See some inflammation there, irregular duct, and then here's the main parotid duct with the catheter for the injection of the contrast media.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about the contrast agents. Usually there's two, water-soluble hydrogenated media and oily one. It really depends on the radiologist, but usually they'll go with the water-soluble media. And these agents are used to classify the salivary glands. There's not much patient prep to this, but you do have to get a history of prior reactions to iodine with contrast media. Also, the patient must remove any false teeth or bridge work. The patient should be monitored as well as any other exams for reactions to salivary. A typical sialography tray consists of a syringe, adhesive tape, cotton swabs, extension tubing cannula, gauze pads, cannulas, the side ports, cannula setup. There's two types cannulas. There's a blunt tip and the modified butterfly. The actual procedure is take a scalp film. Depending on the radiologist, you can take one or not take one. They usually take the scalp films if there's inflammation of the ducts. First, the radiologist locates the orifices. Either he or she palpates them, or gives the patient a line to suck on to dilate the orifices. So then the duct is cannulated with the modified Abbott butterfly. There's other cannulas, but the Abbott butterfly is proved more successful in sialography. The wings of the butterfly are secured with a hemostat. This allows for easy injection of the cannula into the duct. The cannula is pre-filled with contrast medium to avoid injection of air bubbles. The cannula is immobilized. The patient is instructed to close their mouth. The tubing is held in place. Tubing and syringe taped to the shoulder for security. The contrast medium is injected. So when this happens, see, the contrast flows into the intraglandular ductiles, making it possible to demonstrate the surrounding glandular parenchyma, as well as the duct system. After that, you can obtain spot films. After the procedure, the patient sucks on another lemon wedge to simulate rapid evacuation of the contrast medium. After that, you can take another film 10 minutes after the procedure to verify clearance of contrast. And here we have pictures of the procedure. I'm not sure if you can see them that well. Basically, we have the orifices being palpated, dilation, and the contrast media injected. So if the radiologist or overheads, these are typical overheads that he or she may order for. There's lateral, AP, PA, and tangential basal protections.
Some indications for this exam. It demonstrates the relation to salivary glands and their tissue structure. It provides both diagnostics and preoperative information in cases of the salivary glands. Inflammations, mild lesions and tumors, strictures, which is a narrowing of the ductal passage, calculi or small buildup of stones, and also the dilation of the duct, and then the fistula is a normal connection between the two internal organs, between the organ and the body surface. Some contraindications, severe inflammation of the salivary ducts, and then I mentioned earlier when there's there's larger stones blocking the ducts, and then history of sensitivity, or if they're allergic to iodine or contrast media, then obviously we can't get into that.
We have pathology links. Hopefully they work. They were working earlier. Or a cherry blossom, as it's related to in terms of the configuration of that blossom. We have another one, and this is a 3D rendering of salivary demonstrating
Sialography